What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I want to start out by asking that if you have a favorite creator, that you bring them into the conversation by maybe sharing this video with them or just interacting with the video to maybe get some feedback from Team YouTube, because the COPA rollout has begun today on top of some other dubious terms of service changes that essentially puts all of the onus on the actual creator. Like, individual content creators now have to basically be lawyers in order to understand what they're personally responsible for on YouTube. I'm going to get into that because as it broke this morning, here's Jesse Ridgway talking about beginning of the end. Can't do mature content, can't do kids content. Ad revenue plummets 60 to 90% for kids/family channels without targeted advertising. Now, this is a number that I made reference to in my video by, I think, TubeFilter ran an actual test. So this isn't like just pulled out of thin air. Saying leverage your audience while you can. And you know what? Before I get into this, I'm going to remind you all that I do have a Subscribestar. It's a free speech alternative to Patreon. It's been around for a very long time. And I also have channel memberships, which many of you have decided to join, and I'm so thankful for that. Whether you choose to support with likes and comments or using the Subscribestar or the channel memberships, this is going to help lessen the impact in January. And the more I'm seeing, the more very concerned I'm getting, because I'm going to leave those, by the way, linked in the pinned comment below. If you choose to support, or if you're in a position to today, thank you so very much. If not, that's cool too. You can help just by liking and sharing the videos, leaving comments. YouTube Creators replies, this new audience setting is to help you better prepare for broader changes coming in January, when we'll stop serving personalized ads on made-for-kids content entirely and disable some features like comments and notifications to comply with law. We'll also use machine learning, because that works so great for YouTube, to help us identify kids content. So don't be alarmed if your audience has already been set for you by YouTube. In most cases, you'll be able to override this if you think it's a mistake. We trust you to self-designate your content. Our systems will only override self-designated, quote, made for kids content in cases of error or abuse. Now, this on the heels of a dubious change to the YouTube terms of service that indicated YouTube can delete your channel if it's not commercially viable. Now, YouTube has responded to this claim by saying, hey, this is nothing new. We don't have anything new going on here. You're just noticing it now. That still doesn't change that this rule exists. You can see the new YouTube terms of service on December 10th. This basically says that if channels don't make them enough money, they will possibly terminate them. Looks like I fought to the very end, but now I may be close to losing my livelihood, losing my passion and my audience. This article actually quotes Mr. Anti-Bully. YouTube pre-2020. Oh, wow, I made 10 bucks off ads. Neat. YouTube post-2020. Your account has been suspended. Your Gmail deleted for not being commercially viable. You are also being fined $42,000 for uploading a Let's Play Resident Evil Part 8 under COPA. Note that if you have 100,000 subscribers or more, YouTube will allow you to will let you use their studios in LA. It's a completely different lane for people who have successful on these platforms. Sorry, I skipped that part. For tech-related things, the new inclusion in YouTube's terms of service essentially allows the platform to delete your account if it thinks you're not making enough money for them, and if it doesn't only affect content creators but also viewers, as it states it is a, quote, Google account. Some have claimed that this is YouTube's gateway to censorship, whilst others remain optimistic, think that the company is merely doing this to curb hate speech, which, by the way, doesn't exist. It's not a thing. And all their forms of offensive discrimination. So far, YouTube has not officially addressed when and how this clause will be used. Well, of course, it will be used at their discretion. Of course, it will be used anytime the ADL says, we don't like this channel because they used a Pepe frog. That's when they're going to use it. It's the same way they already banned channels, demonetized channels with this reused content general tag that they applied to The Incredible Salt Mine, my podcast with Count Dankula and Bearing that we've been doing for over a year, essentially removing any chance for us to earn any revenue from it because our topics are not always going to be friendly, and now our viewers can't even super chat us anymore. So, and of course it said we reuse content, even though of course we didn't. It was all original podcasts that we've been doing for over a year. Now, YouTube has now also started with this banner. You're legally required to comply with the COPPA and other laws. You're required to tell us if your videos are made for kids. Use the new YouTube Studio. The question is, how do I know? I want everyone to watch my videos. I mean, when I cover, let's say, the Sonic movie, all right, I talked about the new Sonic movie today in my first video, which if you missed it, you should definitely watch it. I like to share, that's a good news video, and it's a video that thanks the studio. But I mean, technically, kids could watch the video. Is it the target? Well, my target is everybody. I want everybody. If there's 100 million people watching videos at any minute, if they were all watching my video, then I would be successful. Then I will have, I've achieved my goal. I don't think anyone out there says, well, geez, I don't want people to watch my videos. I don't want these type of people to watch my videos. If you do, you're just not making good business decisions. You know, I want lots of people who disagree with my videos to watch them, who instantly downvote them, because maybe one day I'll change their mind. Or maybe they'll interact with people in my comment section or myself in my comment section, and they'll change my mind. I don't want to gatekeep anybody from watching my videos. Now look at this. They've also added advertiser-specific age gates, where you can choose the type, you're forced to pick the type of video game you're playing. Not restricted, M15 plus, 16 plus, or 17 plus. How is anybody supposed to know how to delegate this? Everybody's going to have to get a degree in law, and then you can read these articles. For further information on whether your content is kid-directed, see the FTC's guidance. You should also consider consulting a lawyer if you aren't sure whether your content should be designated as made for kids. Okay, so now every content creator out there has to contact a lawyer. And then when you look, you go to upload a video on YouTube, you're met with this. You're legally required to comply. Then they force you into the beta upload screen, which gives you all sorts of new options where you have to say whether or not your content is kid-friendly or directed for kids, which, again, I want everybody to watch my videos. I don't make any videos with like the thought in my head that's like, hey, I don't want, 30% of the YouTube audience to see my videos. I want everyone to watch them. I purposely, measure my speech and the things that I say so that it can remain relatively friendly for everybody. But now YouTube is forcing me to pre-select whether or not it's made for kids. And if I'm wrong, then I can receive up to a $42,000 fine from the FTC. Now, if I look inside my channel, now I can do it at the channel level, because I got a notice today that said, hey, you have, 1,100 videos? You have to go through each individual one and tell us if it's dedicated, if it's targeting kids. I don't think my videos target them, but that doesn't mean I want to be excluded from their searches and the YouTube search results, which is what this feels like, because YouTube isn't going to suggest my video to, let's say, somebody on the borderline, maybe 11 or 12, somebody that would perfectly fine understand me critiquing the Sonic design. But because they can't run targeted ads on it, they're not going to serve it to them. We've seen this when YouTube hits something with a yellow check mark, we can always see the views completely get cut off. Now, this is a new thing in advanced setting. I can set it to review this for every single video if I want, or no, set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content made for kids. Yes, so your only option is to review your backlog of who knows how many videos and every video going forward, or you pick a lane right now. I can't do that. I don't know. Like, I want everyone to watch my content. I mean, look what they're doing to history channels. This channel called The Great War has been, and we know this, many history channels have been getting hit. Are you kidding me? Like, Coca-Cola wouldn't want to advertise on a History Channel? That seems absurd to me. Just watch the History Channel. They have plenty of advertisers. So why is YouTube, like, watch the History Channel, you'll see nonstop insurance ads and diabetes medicine and other old person disease medicines. There's plenty of advertisers for history type channels. By the way, I enjoy the History Channel and run a few model train ads on there. You know, I'm saying you have plenty of advertisers that are willing to buy ads on history related content. Why is it? Why they're not on YouTube? And then if you ask YouTube, if you're asking YouTube, hey, can you give me some advice? This is what you get. According to the guidance on COPPA, a video is child directed, which we call made for kids, if children are the primary audience based on the factors described below. So what about Fortnite Let's Plays? Are those made for kids? When deciding whether or not your channel or video is made for kids, you should consider various factors, including subject matter of the video, educational content for preschoolers. Okay, that video, that type of content I think would be very clear. If you're uploading Baby Shark or, you know, what about videos for first-time moms, things that they can do with their kids? I don't know. This is all going to be enforced by an algorithm, which means it's not going to work at all. Whether children are your intended or actual audience for the video, again, I don't know. I have no control over who watches my video. I would love everyone to watch it. Whether the video includes child actors or models, okay. Whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children. Oh, so most of my viewers, I can't talk about Pokemon. What if I'm doing a Pokemon unboxing video? Do I have to say that's for kids, even though more adults are into Pokemon than kids? What if I'm doing a review of Pokemon Sword and Shield, which comes out in 2 days or 3 days? What am I supposed to do there? There's no clear way to delineate. And YouTube is basically saying, go F yourself. I don't know what else to say. Hey, fellow content creator that's happy to get a couple $100 a month from YouTube, you're going to have to spend that talking to a lawyer. And every time you make a video, you're going to probably want to pay that lawyer again because you don't want to get fined. This is ridiculous. Whether the video includes characters or celebrities or toys that appeal to children. So what, Star Wars? You can't cover Star Wars anymore? Whether the language in the video is intended for children to understand. Okay, that's a clear guideline. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children, such as play acting, simple songs, or games, or early education. Again, Pokemon TCG is played by 8-year-olds. So what? Are you going to ding my video because of that? And by the way, make no mistake about it, if YouTube thinks your video is for children, where I think I'm probably going to end up with a decent chunk of my videos getting like machine learn initially delineated to remove 60 to 90% of revenue. This is going to absolutely destroy some channels. Absolutely destroy them. This can't possibly be the best way for YouTube to just say like, figure it out for yourself. You know what? If the FTC comes knocking on your door, tough cookies. There's 100 million other creators where you were. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to kids, whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems for children. Okay, that's probably reasonable. Any other information, you may have to determine your video's audience, like empirical evidence of the video's audience. How old is a kid? Good question. The age of a kid in the United States is defined as anyone under the age of 13. However, the age of the kid may be higher in some countries. Oh, okay, well, I mean, I can't control who watches my videos. So let's say, beyond my control, a video that I made 6 months ago all of a sudden gets wildly popular with the kids in Bulgaria. All right, then I got some, and then now YouTube is giving me strikes or demonning my videos or whatever the case is, due to something that was completely out of my control. Thanks for passing this burden back on the creators. Destroying history channels, stressing us out, telling us we got to go get a lawyer to understand whether or not our videos are any good. Disgusting behavior by YouTube continues. And if you enjoy a creator, not just me, any creator, if they have a subscribe to our Patreon, I recommend throwing them a buck or two goes a long way, or joining channel memberships, because things are going to go really bad in January. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll share this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.